Hey, how you guys doing? So I wanted to kind of talk about, ownership. Right now I'm hearing some buzzing about BlockBuster may be back, and I'm a movie buff. I like films, as long as it's not crazy, insane, disrespecting the Lord. I really do like films. I like, the action. I like the adventure, and it's just something that I've come across because a lot of people right now, they're very upset about what's happened with with Netflix, and they're upset about what's happened with with the prices and the lack of being able to share the passwords, and it is something. Like, I'm not gonna, it is an issue to be reckoned with, because I think it gave a lot of freedom to us. Seemingly, it gave a lot of freedom to us. And I don't think a lot of people really, took that seriously, at first, until now it's being taken away. Now we're starting to realize that freedoms are slowly being taken away, and people are feeling like they're being squeezed for every penny they got. This is something that I actually talked about while in college, with my roommates at the time, when it came to ownership. And I am an avid, Walmart, DVD shopper, getting those $5 DVDs, just in case you want to know. If you don't want to pay a high price on Netflix, you can still go to Walmart nowadays and buy you a DVD for $5. You may even find them for $4. Just choose one, and that's what you watch, for that week, and then and so you're not worried about overspending. And the good thing about it is, when you buy that DVD, you own it. You don't have to pay again the next month to watch it. And something that I recognized when I was actually an early adopter with Netflix. I even had Netflix even sending DVDs to my house and stuff. So I went through the whole transformation process of, Netflix sending the DVDs till, it being fully online on the gaming systems. And I've been watching it on the gaming systems and things of that nature. However, pardon me, there were shows that I really liked that I would watch, and I felt were, family oriented, friendly, kind, that would be taken away. Like, just like 1 month, it no longer existed. And I was like, when I purchased a DVD, unless I scratched it, and unless I was completely irresponsible, I never lost it. Like, I have several DVDs in my room right now that I can find, that, if all of a sudden the internet went out and I could access Apple, I got several movies. I got the entire, Back to the Future on DVD. I got Avatar 1 on DVD. I got a lot of good entertainment. I even got Heroes on DVD seasons. Like, I have good entertainment that I can watch and be, kind of escape just boredom, as well as books that I can read, especially the Bible, which is the best book for any of us to read, which isn't entertainment, which is the basic instructions before leaving Earth that God has left for us. The acronym actually isn't in the Word of God, but it's a good acronym. So the reason why I want to talk about this is I want to help people out with you kind of thinking about, like, what does ownership mean to you? Like, are you actually going to are you actually going to begin to take back your ownership? Because right now, when people realizing that, not slowly but surely, ownership has been taken away. And people haven't really been paying attention, but it has. Like, you don't have the capacity to really own your house because, people say taxes. I'm okay with paying property tax. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, wholeheartedly, because you can pay property tax into the future. You could put 20 years down on the property tax and not have to worry about it for 20 years. So I'm fine with that. But the prices to actually get a home is skyrocketing. So the only time you can actually live in a home is if you rent a home, and then the renter has the capacity, the landlord has the capacity to cause the renter to pay ridiculous prices. You're basically paying the mortgage of the landlord's home plus whatever they need for the home you're in. That's why, rental prices are like 1,800, 1,900, 2,400, because you're paying two bills. You're paying the landlord's bills, and you're paying the bills for where you live in, and you're paying for any future repairs. And so it's getting quite ridiculous, and people haven't taken responsibility for what it is that they're supposed to own. And that's the reason why I kind of want to tell everyone, man, like, get back to buying and owning like what you use on a day-to-day basis. Stop depending on these renting prices or these renting softwares or agreements in order to take care of you. Stop caring about them. Stop paying them first and foremost. Start saving up, all right, and actually own what you use on a day-to-day basis. Own it. Stop looking for easy and quick convenience. This nation, or I honestly just quality, discipline on its own, it doesn't come easy. It takes hard work. It takes determination. If you're quick and easy, usually you can lose it just as fast. So you want to be dedicated to discipline. And so I'm really saying that right now for you to actually begin to think about ownership. But, dominantly on DVDs, just go to Walmart, man, or, your local store that may be selling DVDs, and purchase you a DVD, like maybe one to two DVDs a month. It doesn't have to be a high price. You don't have to be paying that much. And the good thing about that, you ain't got to worry about password sharing, because you can actually just give the DVD to your loved one and then they can use it. And it's nobody's business what your IP address is. And, these things matter because people don't start to take a personal responsibility over what their day-to-day entertainment is, their banking, their money. It can easily be taken away from you, just like right now. Like, I'm so happy I have DVDs. You also can buy things digitally. Apple TV allows you to buy films digitally. You also buy films digitally on the Xbox store. But when you buy something digitally, you need to have a SSD so you can download those films onto it. At first I was against kind of owning things digitally, but then I realized you still need electricity to run a VHS player or a DVD player or a Blu-ray player. So if electricity goes out, even those items are useless wholeheartedly. So why not buy it? If you can buy it digitally and download it, why not just make sure you have a proper storage that you can move those files to, so that you'll always have access to it. Don't keep your purchase items with just Apple. Apple allows you to download those films onto your device. I suggest you download that onto your own SSD, so you own it on your own equipment. You can purchase an SSD really cheaply, like $40 for like a terabyte. That hold a whole lot of data. You can put a whole lot of movies, and you could just then plug your SSD up to your PS3 or your Mac, and you can watch those movies. And it'll be there if you don't want to deal with DVDs, but still own it. Make sure you have a backup just in case it gets corrupted, because you don't want to be dealing with a corrupted SSD, and then it doesn't work, so your movies don't work. You want to have a backup, which is why people utilize the cloud, but the cloud isn't good because the cloud goes down. Then you need to have a actual backup that you can access, which would be a secondary SSD device, or a USB with I don't know if there's USBs with a high amount of data capacity, but if you do have that, or if a USB like that does exist, you can utilize it for your backups. So make sure you have a backup, and then if you have to use your backup, then you need to make a backup for your new backup, and then your new backup becomes your only backup, and then your old backup is your new everyday device. If you can't restore your current, solid state storage, so a device. So that's all I want to say, man. Stop getting. If you're upset about what's going on, like, just laugh at it. Really, it's really not. Unless you're unwilling to do the work, it's no big deal. Just go and buy your movies. Just go buy them. You know. Yes, it'll cost more money for you to have the entire Netflix onslaught, and there will be certain films that you won't be able to get, but because Netflix wants to have ownership, but there's a lot of things Netflix doesn't have ownership. Luckily, Disney already likes to do a lot of sales online, so you'll get tons of Disney downloadable content if that's your thing. So, yeah, I say no big deal. Just make sure you purchase within your budget. And if not, most of us still should have a VHS or DVD collection. Go back to that. No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with you only watching the same 10 films. If those are your favorite films, why not? You don't need to have that much entertainment. Read a book. Do some work. You don't need to pay for entertainment. It's not a necessary thing. It's for leisure. It's to combat boredom. It's not. Entertainment is not a necessity for you to live. Well, the necessity for you to live is food. So it is what it is. I hope this helps you out. If you haven't thought about these things, good. If you haven't, I'm hoping I helped you. Get another resource. Don't worry about the password sharing. This isn't something that we should be forcing legislature to deal with, in my opinion, because we have so many options. It's better to call your senator and call your mayor about the LGBTQ stuff. All right. Thank you for listening. My name is Monterey Starts. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And I hope that you are having a great day. Bye-bye.